guys, I'm Rori, and you are listening to Rori's Room, the podcast where we discuss anything and everything life throws at us. Welcome to Season 3 More Than Just a Job. I am sitting down with creatives and professionals who are chasing and shaping the work that they have always wanted to do. This season is all about sharing different perspectives from different fields and revealing just how those paths might have changed them along the way. This week, we are wrapping up our conversation with full-time nanny Elaine Williams. If you haven't listened to part 1 of Elaine's episode, I recommend you do so prior to this segment. That being said, let's enter Rori's room. One of the things you also emphasized is the flexibility with your job. As someone who has a compromised immune system and also someone who's going to college, that's also very, very important. So one of the perks of nannying is that you get to spend time with the kids and during the day, but also being able to return to your own space at night.
Yes.
So how does having that balance affect your mental health and your energy levels, both in and out of the job?
I think having the balance to enjoy the things that I like and that I like to do when I leave that night is so refreshing and helps me when I can get a good night's sleep. And because moms don't get sleep because they're with their kids 24/7. So as a nanny, when you're done, I check out at 5 o'clock. I say check out, but I just leave work and come home. But I'm done at 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock, I know I have my whole night to do what I do. And that's usually when I focus on school right now. And so I am able to do school and go to bed at a decent time and then come back to work feeling refreshed and being able to do activities with the kids and not feel so drained.
Does your daily routine look pretty much similar throughout the week, or is there certain times that you have to prioritize other things at night or in the mornings or anything? So what does a typical week look like for you?
A typical week. So at work, it depends on the family because sometimes the family has certain activities. Like the first family I had, they had sports. So we had certain sports that we knew that we needed to go to on specific days. And then right now, my nanny family, we do a lot of different child classes or library programs that are spread out throughout the week, but they're only specific times during the day that we're familiar with. And so we go to a class in the morning, and then we come back and have lunch, then we do nap time, and then we wake up and we play, and then I leave and I come home and I do school and I go to bed and I do it all over again. Though the classes change with the girls, the routine stays and it's very repetitive. Though there's days that you need to think of that the kids have a doctor's appointment, so their parents have to take them to a doctor's appointment, or you're taking them to a doctor's appointment, or a kid is sick, that you're not going anywhere, you're staying at home. And so that having that flexibility of my day doesn't look like this every single day, but it's very repetitive in the same way. Though there's going to be things that are curveballs, but you just have to work with them. When the girls are sick, it's hard to be, I say girls, they're the kids I nanny right now, but I have a hard time with okay, what are we going to do? We have to create new activities. Or even in Wisconsin, we just had a huge snowstorm and we were stuck inside. And so we couldn't go anywhere. And so we had to find different activities around the house. But that was hard to be away from our routine and not go to the specific classes or library times that we do during the week.
One thing I like about my job is that I am mostly independent contracting, freelance in a lot of different areas. So it was funny because we were snowed in. Everybody was snowed in Whitewater. But I got a text from one of the people that I work for, and she was like, "Are you guys snowed in? I will give you X amount of money to come shovel our driveway." And I was like, I will get out of this snowbank if I have to shovel it myself, it's nice for that kind of stuff because once you get your connection out there, you kind of just have endless opportunities. One job can build into the next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally speak into this because at library time, we meet with certain families and then we see them at the next class, a different, like a birth to 3 center, or we see them all over and we're all kind of like, oh, no way. Like I say our kids, but the kids I nanny, they like know the other kids that they see from the different classes. And even getting a job, getting your name out there, talking with other families, resume is so important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like that's another reason why you have to put your pride in your work, not only for the kids, but also like you're doing this for your portfolio. You have to take it real seriously because it is a real job, you know? Like it's not just you goofing around as a babysitter like potentially you did when you were a kid. Like it's your real income. Like it's there's consequences if you don't.
Yeah. And I think
sorry, you go ahead.
I think even like being out there at the nanny classes, like I'm always thinking, okay, like if I am done with this nanny family because like the kids go to school or something, like there could be a potential of one of these moms asking me to be a nanny for them. And so I just need to like watch how I act around other people and their other people's kids and be mindful of the example I'm setting as a nanny because they know like I'm the nanny. And so like I've had moms come up to me and they're like, well, how do you like nannying? How did you get connected with the family? Because we're looking for a nanny. And I've been able to like connect people that I know that are nannies and like connect them with families. And so it's like a whole circle of like, people are looking and watching you. You need to act better. Shape up.
How has nannying allowed you to pursue school in a way that a traditional 9-to-5 would not?
Oh, this is great. Okay, so I decided last fall that I was going to go back to school and nannying the girls nap every single day, except obviously the days that are thrown off and that we can't plan for. But when the girls nap, I'm able to spend that 2 hours, whether sometimes I do school and sometimes I work out or read a book or just spend that time to like regroup. Like, you know how you get breaks during a 9-to-5? Well, that nap time is my break. So I get to choose to do school or I spend time in my Bible or spend time listening to a sermon or something that refreshes myself. And so that has been super helpful. And at the end of the day, when I'm done, I continue and that's when I do my majority of schoolwork.
Do you feel like you have had to make sacrifices in terms of committing to that flexibility and maintaining your balance, like workouts, like you were talking about, like your social life downtime, while also making time to prioritize your self-care and mental health?
Yes, but I really have had created like time that I can set aside and I know exactly what I'm going to do during that time. Like during that 2-hour nap, I know like this is like I started off reading my Bible and then I work out for like 30 minutes. Sometimes it's like 15 minutes, but just moving my body. And then if I have schoolwork I need to work on, then I'm going to work on schoolwork. And so I feel like, yes, I've had to sacrifice when days are thrown off, but I don't feel like I have had to sacrifice because I have built a routine. Routine.
That's why we love routines. We love routines. That's another thing that's made like, I think this last season of my life so difficult is because things can change in like an instant. And because it's hard to develop a routine, I think it's just made everything so much harder. So like I think establishing that routine in the beginning is definitely very important because otherwise your days are just going to be building up until you just can't handle it anymore.
And it switches, like the routine switches from families, the routine switches as the kids grow up, the routine switches when you are like when the girls are sick, like the routine looks different. Like maybe we're taking naps morning and in the afternoons, or maybe we are like not like the snowstorm, like our routine during the day switched. Like we were like upstairs half the day, then we went downstairs and played in like the kitchen area. And so it's constantly changing, but having that is so helpful for you and for the kids. Like, you don't realize how much it affects the kids when they don't know what to expect.
Have you personally ever struggled with overcommitting because of how flexible this job is?
Yes. The first time I got like a nanny position, I spent a lot of time trying to be like, okay, yeah, I can stay late. Okay, yeah, I can come this weekend. Okay, that works. Like, if they ever texted me like, hey, can you bring the kids here? Can you do this? Like, I know it's over. I know you're working later. Like, can you do this? And I would always say yes. And that went into my time at night. And I ended up working like sometimes till like 7, 8 o'clock. And times where like I'm putting the kids to bed, and I got there with the kids and helped them get to school. And so I found that this is my job, not my kids. And having that mindset of being like, okay, I need to say no, because this is not like, yes, I want to help the family. Like, you build more of a personal relationship with the family, but you need to be able to say no, because you might have already have plans, and you shouldn't have to cancel your plans in order to like work. Though there are times that, yes, like you can do that, and you may feel like, okay, yes, they really like truly need me to do this. Like, sometimes it was like there's nobody else available to, like, usually grandma comes picks them up if their parents can't. And like, if grandma's like gone on vacation and nobody's there to pick them up, like, it's okay to be like, yes, I can do this, because otherwise they don't have many options.
Right. And like you said, I do think it is extremely personal work. So like, being in that environment, it's really important to establish those boundaries, not only for yourself, but also for like the safety of everyone involved. So how do you go about establishing those boundaries early on with your families?
Like we talked about earlier, the interview process, and like telling them, hey, like I can work till 5:30 if you're late, but I need to be home by this amount of time. And like setting like, I am not willing to like work past this amount of time, or if I'm going to work overtime, which is a big thing that we probably should talk about early with the taxes and stuff. But overtime, you need to figure out with your family if you are getting paid for overtime hours, or if it's just a regular amount of time of overtime because they choose. And so you need to talk with them what overtime looks like, because there might be weeks that you're working past overtime. And if like they're doing a date night, and obviously you're their trusted nanny, so they're gonna ask you to like come nanny the kids for their date night, or they're gone for the weekend and they were wondering if you could stay for the weekend with them, and that's not your job. And so you need to figure out what kind of pay works for that. Just another thing to think about. And sometimes I have like a flat fee for anytime I do overnights. Like this, that's my flat fee. If you want me overnight to nanny, or like on the weekends, like I'll do my normally hourly pay during the day, but then overnight I have a flat fee. And so you just have to think about that overtime work.
I think that's an excellent thing to talk about, especially because like I feel like a lot of us grew up on babysitting, so it's like we never really had to handle this amount of professionalism before.
Yes.
It was always like the say yes because you can get the money, and it's never the discussing the rates. You know, when you think about that one in terms of discussing a 9-to-5 job, sure, like that's all kind of built in, but with this you kind of have to pave your own path.
Yes, and I think so for like bonuses, if you expect bonuses like a real job, you need to like say that. And then also if you like vacation time, like what happens when you're on vacation? Are you going to get paid? Do you build like PTO per se, or are you just like unpaid on vacation? Or doctor's appointments, like what happens when you're gone for like an hour or so? Like, is that unpaid? Like, these are things that you need to talk about beforehand.
Have you ever experienced those boundaries blurred? Like, have you ever had to have difficult, scary conversations because of like what was going on?
Yes. Especially with like working overtime, I've had to be like clear on I need overtime. And the other thing that I remember now is bonuses, not bonuses, raises. And like, if you're working there over a year, like they mentioned that when you got hired that you would be getting a bonus out a year. You need to get that in writing. You need to get the pay in writing. And because they can say, oh no, we didn't say anything. We don't remember mentioning that. And they might not, it's been a year, but you need to get that stuff in writing. And then, or like on the computer or something on text. And so that when you come back to it and be like, hey, we talked about when I got hired that at a year I'd get a raise, or at 3 months I'd get a raise, and talk about how much raise you're expecting. I don't want to say be pushy, but you need to speak up for yourself and say, this is what I expect. This is what I prefer when it comes to nannying. This is what I was making beforehand. And this is what I would like to make now.
I think that's the thing with like all independent contractors who like, a lot of us are people pleasers, or we grew up people pleasers. So it's not always easy to tell people what we expect or what we want. So like in terms of freelancing, I think it is very important to get a lot of things in writing, because sure, there are people who are untrustworthy and like will break their promise to you, but it's more so the fact that like a lot of the times so much time has passed and like there is information that is blurred. You don't remember what was said. That can even happen over a month period of time. Like we all have busy lives. So having all that stuff in writing is very important, because then you can just refer back to it. And starting that in the beginning, being that little bit of pushy, can actually help all of you in the long run, because it's something that you can look back on and reflect to, which is why I like to keep like an immense amount of records. It can be annoying. You have to create them, of course, like you have to set your rates, but it gives you something to look back on and like refer to, not only for that job, but future jobs as well.
Yes, I would totally agree. Like you need to be saying and creating, because like nobody's done this job before. You're like a self-contractor, so you need to do this and do the research on what you should have.
Yeah. Speaking of what you should have, we're going to talk about certifications now, which is something I think is especially important in this line of work. So which ones do you feel like are most valuable to you? Is it like your CPR, babysitting? Like what has led you to be the nanny that you are today?
When I was 12 years old, that first babysitting course, it like helped a ton. And then also like you get your CPR for adult and infant. That's very important. People just assume that you just get the CPR for like adults, but you also need to do it for infants as well. First aid, and then was really helpful. And then when I went to, which this you can find anywhere, I think it's called respite.com. But you can go on there and get classes that are free, and that'll help you with child education and help you to learn how to handle like disagreements, or handle like what happens if a kid is choking, or like all these things that like CPR and first aid handles, but then at a deeper, broader level, going into education and dealing with different situations that you might have, or like how to report as, I forget what it's called, mandated reporter. You need to actually do that as well, right? Because you are going into this person's home, and if things are happening, you need to already have on file that you're a mandated reporter to the state and that you will report it. Like, and having your driver's license. This one sounds so cliche, but having your driver's license is huge, because a lot of families are looking for somebody to drive their kids in case there's an emergency, or just to take them to like practice, or just to take them to like a library time, depending on their age.
In terms of staying informed, what is your preferred method of keeping up to date with evolving childcare practices?
Online, I would say going to different sites, one like the CPR, first aid, like double checking that you have all your certificates up to date. And then they should email you if they expire or are close to expiring. But just watching out for that. And then like anywhere online, it's just you can find different childhood education classes or different activities to do or things that are changing. And I would just do research. And if you're like questioning something like, hey, I read this in one of my courses, like, is this still true? Look it up, because that's gonna be your best bet. But I don't really have a specific spot to go to.
Do you feel like there's, besides the obvious certifications, do you feel like there are some certifications that make someone more marketable than others?
Yes.
As a nanny?
I would say so. The childhood education classes are huge because a lot of families now, everybody's looking for somebody to teach their kid, not just watch their kid. Before it was like, make sure my kid's alive and fed when I get home. And now it's like, okay, I want somebody that's going to train my kid to be respectful and to like learn their ABCs and to know their homework and be smart and like work with them. And like basically you're like tutoring while watching them. And so having those classes, those childhood education classes, and just like basic elementary math, like you just go back and like double check your math, make sure you know how to do that in order to help the kids, because a lot of families are looking for more of that educational aspect of what a nanny brings.
Definitely remember your months too.
Yeah.
It's September, October, November, December, yeah.
Yeah.
How do families typically handle these? Do they help you cover the cost, or is that just something that comes with a job that you have to do on your own?
No, they normally do not, because they expect you to already have these certificates before they hire you, because they want to know that you already have that knowledge and have that experience in that area, specifically with like CPR or first aid. They want you to already have that skill in order to hire you. So, and a lot of the like childhood education classes you can do free online. They're offered like everywhere online, or even just like watch simple YouTube videos. Like you can get really good information from those. And the families are looking for somebody that can use these skills already and hasn't like learned them yet.
Let's say someone who is looking to start nannying, going up from babysitting, say they have watched or done their research online and have gotten a lot of their certifications. What is the next step that they should take to become an official nanny?
I would say get those certifications and go back and look at your referrals, because your referrals are going to speak to the people that are looking at your profile. You need to create a profile saying like, this is where I'm from, this is where my experience, like you would with any job. Like if their profile is like your resume, and post like I posted like, I'm from a family of 9, like I'm the oldest of 9. So like where your experience comes from, and the certificates you have saying things that you're comfortable with. Like some people aren't comfortable working with kids with disabilities. So like you need to like post on your profile, like I'm comfortable with working with kids with like G-tubes or trachs or like health issues or disability. And so like I posted that on my profile. And so you need to create a profile specifically for you.
Yes.
And I got a little tongue-tied there. And then when you get your profile created, post it. I actually got a job off Facebook because I posted, actually my father-in-law posted on Facebook for me, and I just got one of my jobs from Facebook. And then also I've gotten one of my jobs from a website called Nanny Lane, and that's where it's free. You post your profile and you can look at different families that are looking for nannies, and you can click on their profile, read a little bit about them, and then you can ask to like come to their house or interview with them. Or sometimes they like to meet at like a park or something, so you can interact with the kids. And so I would say create your profile.
Are those two the top platforms that you would recommend?
Those are the only two that I have used, and I've had really good luck. I still have families like reaching out on me on Nanny Lane, and I really enjoy Nanny Lane because it sets it up that how to create your profile. So even if you just want to create a profile, Nanny Lane is a great place to create a profile because it gives you like questions, like head questions that you can just answer. And then also on Nanny Lane, you can go click on the families in your area. You can specify what area you're in. So I put in Madison, and in Madison, I found so-and-so family. They're offering this much for each, like an hour pay, like they offer the pay. And then I can click on the profile and see, like, read a little bit about their family, like what their family enjoys. So this is a great, like, already a step into the interview process because you can read a little bit about their families. Oh, you're on mute.
It's very easy to do. I always to lighten up, easing into the end of the podcast. What is your absolute favorite part of nannying?
I enjoy doing the activities that I like to do as a kid, like being able to like go to the pool or go to the park anytime in the summer or in the winter. Like we just get to like hang inside, do comfy, cozy activities, and like color together, and just like things that I used to do as a kid that I probably wouldn't do myself now. And now I get to do them because this is my job.
Heals your inner child. What are those things that you like to bring from your childhood into their lives? Is it like coloring, light bright? Like what do you, if you had to pick one, what would be your absolute favorite thing to bring into the kids' lives?
Being outdoors. I like remember my childhood, we were outdoors all the time. And so like being able to go outdoors, like we were in the summer, we're outdoors all the time, whether we're going to a park or we're gonna play in the mud, and I love that part. And so like even in the snow now, we don't go out in the snow because it's too cold right now. Well, not today, but in the winter it's cold. And so like bringing the snow in to have the kids like build snowmen on like a towel inside, like that's just so much fun to bring like the outdoors inside when you can't go outside.
What is something that you do personally to keep calm when things can get overwhelming, like during tantrums, kids are not listening? What is either one thought or practice that you do to keep calm in these situations?
I would say I have to like take a deep breath, and I usually say like I pray, like I'm like, okay, Jesus, I need help. Okay, like calming myself down, and then also like praying and being like, I need a reminder of why I'm here. Like these, like I need to like be the bigger person, and I need to like act calmly because it can be very overwhelming and like overstimulating.
Do you feel like there's ever been a moment where they have taught you something?
Yes, that it's okay to like do different things if we want to do different things. Like I enjoy to do the same thing over and over and eat the same thing over and over, and like yes, but like it's okay. Like we can still be okay and like still have fun if like we're spending all day inside, or we go on like a field trip. Like we recently like went to go see to the farm and went to go see some baby lambs, and like it's okay to do stuff out of our normal routine. And so
if you had to give people who are looking to become a nanny and find this flexible opportunity one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say if you enjoy spending time with kids and have the patience for being with kids, that's really important. And the energy to keep up with kids running around or even not sleeping, nannying would be a great opportunity, especially like looking for something flexible. But you need to have the patience and the energy and the skills to work with them. Don't just go into it for the flexibility and the fun that it offers. You need to have the skills that a nanny requires.
Do you see yourself staying in nannying long term?
I mean, I see myself taking care of kids, but not specifically nannying. No, I am in school right now and for finance/accounting, and that's something that I would like to pursue. But would say like nannying has given me the opportunity to like take a year off school and figure out what I wanted to do, and then also go to school while keeping a job as well. And then, but it's also given me skills like in a couple years, like becoming a mom and having to deal with like all the different levels that like the different age groups brings to your life. Even though as a mom you can't check out, but it has given me a lot of skills, whether communicating, education. I know my multiplication, division, and my ABCs, guys.
Of the year.
Yes.
Moving forward, if we ever do a season like this, I think it's been such an honor to do this season. It's been so great hearing everyone's stories. So maybe season 6 of Rori's Room will come back to you in your accounting, when you're making the big bucks
It doesn't start. It doesn't start there, sadly.
Well, who knows when season 6 is going to come out?
There we go.
A long time coming, so who knows? But yeah, I think that's a perfect way to end the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on to speak with me and just everything that you've done.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad we finally got to do this. That's just like makes me so happy because I'm genuinely so proud that you have created this podcast. And I'm so glad you did it.
Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without you, for real. Like, I may have always wanted to do content creation, but you were definitely the person to put me in line and push me to do things like not only the podcast, but like you push me to do a lot of things in my life. Even when I don't think I can do it, you are always one of my biggest inspirations. That and motivators. That's the word. But yeah,
you have the skill. The perfect voice is what I always said. And it's finally happening. I get to listen every Sunday.
Rori's Room is written and produced by myself, Rori Nikole, and you can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. Theme songs and background music were produced by TJ Borkenhagen. You can follow Rori's Room on Instagram at Rori's Room, and follow me at itsrory_x for updates on the show and a few more glimpses into life behind the mic. If you enjoyed today's episode, drop a review wherever you listened in. The goal of this show is to share my story and the stories of others in a way that makes people feel a little less alone. The next episode will be on August 30th, 2026, where we will be sitting down with social media and video editor, Nona Ignacio. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all next time in Rori's Room.